Hello, my name is James. Welcome back to the channel. Now, today we're going to do something a little bit different. I've said previously in my weekly update videos that if anybody was interested in knowing what I eat and what my diet is right now, and also what kind of exercise I do, then to feel free to let me know. Now, I had one comment the other day, a really nice comment, and they showed interest in me exploring and, just telling you what I do on a day-to-day basis with regards to food or supplements or what exercise I do. I'll quickly say as a quick disclaimer, I feel stupid about saying this because you would think somebody with 3 subscribers and barely hitting 10 views per video. I would make a disclaimer here that any product that I mention, so whether it be a supplement or a brand of food that I eat or a whatever it is, right? Any brand that I mention is obviously not sponsored. I'm not getting paid to say they're good or whatever. I'm just giving you what I take and what I eat and blah, blah, blah on a daily basis. I'll also say as well, if I was ever, and I'm not saying this is ever going to happen, but if I was ever to be sponsored by any product for whatever reason, I would only be sponsored by a product that I believed in anyway. I'm not one of these people that would just, it was a cash grab, isn't it? Really, like people would go, oh, look at this, check this fantastic item out, check this fantastic meal replacement drink out. And these people don't even consume that kind of stuff or use that stuff. So, disclaimer, anything I mention right now is not promoted or anything like that. So, first of all, what do I eat? Now, quick backstory here. I started thinking about or trying to get into a position where I wanted to start looking after myself a bit better, changing my eating habits, and do some weights, some exercises, whatever. But I always find that if you don't get your diet right and what you want to eat, I feel like getting your eating is really a big part of it. I think it's probably more than half of what, if you want to get better and feel more physical, get more stronger and do more weights and whatever it is your desire is when it comes to doing exercises and be more, be more fit in general. I feel like getting the right food is it's a big thing, and that's always been a problem for me because I always find that people go on crash diets. Now, I can say this, like, the crash diets do not work because I've done crash diets. I've been up and down on diets since I was a mid-teenager. By the way, as I'm recording this, it's actually my 34th birthday. But yes, for like the last 19 years, I've been on diets up and down in weight, borderline anorexic, being extremely overweight that I was a couple. I'm extremely overweight still now, but even back, 2-3 months ago, where I was 40 plus pounds heavier, I've been all over the place, and I've tried diets. I've tried keto diets. I've tried fasting. I've tried water diets. I've tried all sorts of diets. The problem with crash dieting is right. You go to a diet, and what people do is, and I've done it before. I'm going to eat rice. I'm going to eat plain chicken breasts. I'm going to have broccoli. Oh, fantastic. What's going to happen is you're going to starve yourself to a point where you cannot, it's not sustainable. I've done it. I've been there. And it's like the ketogenic diet. I was on the ketogenic diet a couple of years ago. I gave it a go. I did it for 4 months. I lost over 3 months. Sorry, I lost over 60 pounds in weight. Couldn't do it anymore though after a while because if you didn't know the ketogenic diet, you don't have carbohydrates. You have low carb foods, and it's actually amazing how your brain craves carbohydrates. Everything that was carbs smelled and looked like just brilliant. Like bread, you smell bread from a mile away. It seems like, obviously not literally, but that's what it felt like. And I couldn't sustain it. Now, I'm not saying the ketogenic diet isn't something that you can sustain, but for me personally, I couldn't do it. But fortunately, so I started my journey, even though I started recording my weight on the 17th of January of this year, I actually started my journey, or like actually going, right, I'm going to see what I can do, start changing my eating habits and stuff like that, on the 6th of January. And it just so happens that as if somebody was trying to tell me something, because here in the UK, if you're from the UK, you'll be very familiar with the supermarket called Iceland. And I'm a regular shopper at Iceland. And it just so happened that I happened to look on Iceland on that day. And within that week, or I believe it was in that week, it might have been the same day or the day before. And I had no knowledge of this, by the way. I didn't think that, I'm going to start eating these food. They actually got a exclusive deal with a brand called MyProtein. Never heard of MyProtein. I've heard of them before. They basically would do things like whey protein shakes, powders, creatine, supplements, all that kind of stuff, right? But they just released this. And this has been a godsend. Now, this here is just a quick, I'm not going to show you everything that I eat, but this little screen you can see right here, I'm pointing the wrong way, by the way. But as you can see here, there are 10 different selections, and it's £4.75 per meal, okay? But as you can see at the top there, you can get 10 meals for £35, so it's £3.50 per meal. And these are fantastic. Now, I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers because some people don't believe in this, but I strongly believe, and if you believe in the laws of thermodynamics, which is come search for it, you'll see what thermodynamics is. I strongly believe that to lose weight, it's all to do with calories in versus calories out. And what you want to do is have high, dense, low calorie foods, which means more food for lower calories. So, with these meals, I'll give you an example here. All these, by the way, are all fantastic. There's only one or two. There's a wrap you can get, like a breakfast wrap. I wouldn't recommend that. But all of these here that you can see are absolutely fantastic. Very filling, full of like protein and everything you need. So here's for an example here. Look, Singapore noodles. They're amazing. It's got chicken and pork in it. If I show you the full nutritional table here, so per microwave meal, I don't do them in the microwave. I do them in the oven just because, I don't know, I don't think it makes much difference. But in my mind, like, oh, I'll do them in the oven. But I just put mine in the oven. But you can put them in the microwave. As you can see, per meal, 527 calories. This is a main meal, by the way. 45 grams of protein and then carbohydrates, all that kind of stuff, right? For me, the number I'm looking at is protein and calories. Now, this is one meal for me. Now, you can get other stuff as well. I didn't quite get it up on here. But if I go to exclusive brands here, let's get this up. So we go to My Protein. They've got other stuff as well. They've got Slimming World. Some of the Slimming World stuff is great, but for this, specifically this, I'm going to show you what I've been basically living off for the last 3 months. Now, they've got new stuff here as well. These pizzas are amazing. Curry pizza. Let me click on this. You've got 65. Let me, full, there we go. Okay, half a pizza. Okay, so you could eat a full pizza. Okay, 700 calories. Fine. But protein, it's over 60 calories. So that's one meal. That would be a meal for me, and it's a decent sized pizza. It's like a 10-inch pizza, something like that. It's very, very nice, and I would definitely recommend it. The only thing it is a bit weird about it is the base is not like a normal base, but it's tastes completely fine. But as you can see here, any 10 for £35. So I mix and match. My favorite is this one. I just want to show you actually. I've actually got one right here, just so you know I'm not lying. It's a peri peri chicken. I'll show you the inside of it. It looks a bit dodgy there, but you spin it up. But it's got sweet corn, peppers, let's say cucumber, not cucumber, peas, chicken, rice. It's very, very nice. It's a bit spicy, but I prefer it that way with these food. But yeah, I've tried everything on here, and also these salt and pepper chicken skewers. They're a little bit expensive, but they're amazing. I normally, if I have a Singapore style noodles, if it's my day, I'm going to do my weights and stuff like that, I'll stick on a couple of protein chicken skewers as well. But yeah, the only thing I would stay away from is I don't think is this thing here. It's the one that's the least appealing. This actually led me to make my own wraps. I end up getting some sausage patties, bit of bacon, whisk up some egg whites, put it in some wraps. That's normally a main meal for me as well. So I do that kind of stuff. But yeah, so when it comes to eating this stuff, I sometimes have 2 of these a day. So it's like, what, 1,500 calories. And I try and eat my main... So say if I'm doing my exercise that day, I tend to want to eat my main bulk of my food earlier on in the day, because it makes sense to get your bulk of food earlier on in the day. You get more energy, so you can do your weights, and then later on you have the smaller meal or lower calorie foods, right? So that's the way I see it. And like I say, this just works for me. And sometimes I'm more hungry than the previous day. So it just depends. But I try and stay, if I can. Sometimes it's hard to get to it, but I try and get to like maybe 2,000 calories a day. Now, I could actually eat probably 500 to maybe 1,000 more calories per day. I worked out roughly. It's not like an exact science, but you have your basic, is it RMR? Your basic, your rate your body needs, the calories your body needs to sustain its weight. I worked out, so back a couple months back, it was like nearly 4,000 calories. Now it's dropped down a little bit. It's like 3,400 odd. But if you're in a calorie deficit, like I say, I don't understand how people say that calories are different. Calories are calorie. If you're in a deficit, you will lose weight. you can be in a deficit of 100 calories. You will lose weight. It's just as simple as that. I'm proof of that. I'm 40 plus pounds down. I'll say plus is because I weighed myself yesterday. You know, I did my weekly weigh-in. It said I hadn't lost any weight. I weighed myself yesterday and I was down 3 pounds. So there's a little discrepancy. We'll talk about that. I'll talk about it next week when I do my my weekly update. But yeah, no. So I've been trying to get to about 2,000 calories. And that might be a bit drastic, but that's enough for me. I feel good at eating that amount, and if I want to eat a bit more one day, I will. But yeah, so I eat these meals. My favorite is I normally go for the peri peri chicken. It's very nice. The noodles are amazing. The meat feast. This thing here, this like it doesn't feel like I'm eating a weight loss meal. I mean, it's 600 calories. And it's very filling. It's got meatballs, pepperoni, sauce. It's like special meatballs. 61 grams of protein. It's just been fantastic, and the timing of it as well was just perfect for me. So yeah, that's what I eat as my main meals. As for snacks and sometimes some fillers, my favorite protein bar or protein choice is this one here. It's called Warrior Raw Protein Flatjack. It's peanut and chocolate. It's like 20 grams of protein, 200 odd calories. I have these. I haven't got a sweet tooth, so these I don't eat a lot of these because they really fill me up. Because I don't really like, I don't like chocolate and stuff like that, but I don't really have a sweet tooth. So yeah, but I have these, and also I go for any protein yogurt. There's protein yogurts. You look for them; they're all pretty much the same thing. I get these little protein yogurts, and same again. It's like 100 odd calories, 20 grams of protein. Sometimes what I'll do if I do my weights that day, I'll have my main meal. So in the afternoon, maybe like 1 o'clock, have my main meal, one of those my protein meals. And then afterwards, one of these, and then maybe if I feel like it, I'll have yogurt as well. And the yogurts that I have, they're called Arla. The brand is called Arla. You can get them from like Asda. You can actually get them from Iceland as well, but they don't have the flavor I like. But I get a salted caramel yogurt, and they're very, very filling. They fill me up pretty good. So yeah, and also the last thing I do take is I don't take any pre-workouts. I don't take any. I do have protein powders, but I don't really. I feel like I get enough protein. Sometimes I may whip up a protein shake, but a lot of the time I don't think I need it. So it's very rare. So I've got some protein. It's just a brand. It's not like nothing crazy. It's just a big box of protein that I often have. Well, don't often have, just I sometimes have. But what I do have is so some people have energy drinks. Now, I have a really low tolerance to caffeine. So, you know, things like Red Bull, Monster, all these energy drinks you can get from even like cheap stuff you can get from the shops. I like get all the buzz off that, like, oh yeah, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But then I have like a really big crash and it makes me feel horrible. So I was always struggling with like what kind of caffeine to get. Now, I'm into my games. You can probably see behind me. I'm a gamer. I do actually stream. I've actually got a Twitch channel I stream on, but I'm trying to keep that separate for now. If anybody wants to watch that, or if anybody's interested in watching me stream, I'll easily leave some links. But for now, I want to keep that separate. But yeah, no. So I got myself into a brand called G Fuel. And the reason I got the G Fuel is they've got so many different flavors and collaborations and blah 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 and collectible. I just love their brand. And the good thing about them is you can get other brands as well. There's one that you can get called I forget what it's called, but there's brands like this. I'm only specifically because G Fuel is the biggest one, and or the most popular one when it comes to like these sorts of drinks. It's just a powder. If I open it up here, you can see inside it's just a powder. You put it in with some water, you shake it up, and you drink it. The thing about it is it's like a slow release caffeine, so I get the benefits of the caffeine, but I don't get the come down from it. So it's always been fantastic for me. So my drink of choice, I only drink these, by the way. I have one of these on the day I do my weights. I try and do my weights 3 times a week. Well, I at least do my weights and exercises 3 times a week. If I feel like it, I do more. But on a basic thing, it's 3 times a week. Okay, so now we're on to what exercises I do. So what I do is that I'll say a big thing what you should do is you should track what you're doing. Because it's really good and really reassuring to see what progress you've made. For example, this is probably not going to make sense to anybody but me on this spreadsheet because I've laid it out and I understand what I'm looking at here. I never thought I'd ever show anybody these. These were just basically for just for me to look back on. But look, as we see here, I do tricep push downs. And at the start of the month, so can you see that? Yes. So the 1st of April, so nearly a month ago, I did 6 reps, 5 sets, and then 33 kilograms, which is 70 something pounds. Nothing crazy. But by the way, all these weights you see here as well, I didn't start on this. When I first started, what I'll do is I'll actually get you up what I did in like January and February, just so you can see the difference of what I'm at now. I never started at this. I've built up. I obviously got stronger and built muscle, but now I can do some of these. But as you can see here, I started off with six reps, 5 sets, 33 kilograms. I do those a couple of times, and then I felt like I could do 8. Now I started doing 8 reps. And when the other day, so I actually put 8 here. I actually did 10 reps, but it was just because the first one I did was 8. I didn't mark it down. I did 5 sets of 10. I did 5 sets of 10. I did 4 sets of 10, 1 set of 8, but I just kept it at that. So what I'm going to do, which will be later on today, I will be doing 10 reps of those. So this has been quite a consistent thing with these specifically, these tricep pushdowns. It seems like the start of the month, what I do is I will, maybe this next month, it might be a little bit later. So today, when I do my exercise, I'll be doing 10 reps and 5 and 33. I'll do those to the end of the month. Then what's going to happen at the start of next month, I might leave it a little while, maybe a couple of days in. I'll put the weight up. So I'll put the weight up another, so I've got 5 kilogram plates, put another 5 kilograms on, and then go back down to 6 reps again. And then build myself up. That's what I've been doing every month since, I wouldn't say January, because I didn't have the machine to do this. But ever since I started, I had this machine in like mid-January. I can't remember what it was. I got the machine and I was able to do these. It's been going this consistently. So it's been like starting off at 6, going to 8 reps to 10, then resetting, but lowering the reps, putting the weight up. But yeah, this is nothing crazy. I start off my exercises. So I say you won't understand what the hell this is right here. But I start my workout with bench press. Now, I've only just recently started putting bench press in. As you can see here, that's what this means. I was using dumbbells before, and I was only doing overhead press. Then I changed it to military press. Didn't really like military press, so I went to bench press. So I started doing that on the 8th of this month. To start off, I do 3 sets of 10 reps, 10 to 12, it depends. I'll start doing 12 now, but it was 10. Now I'm doing 12, 3 times at now 33 kilograms. Then I do 3 sets. Then I get up and do 3 sets of barbell curls so I do, now I'm doing 6 reps because 33 kilograms doing barbell curls is I find it quite difficult. I've just put it up by 5 kilograms. And 5 kilograms, by the way, is 11 pounds. So it's quite heavy, quite a big jump. But I like doing it. Also, I don't know why it says 1933 there. It's supposed to say 33. Anyway, but yeah, so I go bench press, 3 sets, 10, now 12 reps. Then I do bicep curls, so I do 6 reps, and then into the bent over row. So it's kind of like what you call a superset. Do that 3 times. And then I've got a weights machine. So I mix up a little bit, so I'm not going to do the order. The order changes. So what I'll do is I'll do the tricep pushdowns, the seated chest fly weights like that. I'll do my chest press. Then I'll do the lateral pull downs. The only one that isn't consistent at the minute, which I'm thinking about maybe changing it up, is the lateral pull downs, because the machine I've got, I'm too tall for it, so I'm not getting the full range. I'm like this when I'm pulling the weight down. So instead of getting the full range, so I'm having to like compensate for that, and it's just a little bit awkward. But there's other exercises you can do for your laterals. So, but yeah, I'm not trying to get like big and buff, but that's my routine. Doing all that. Oh yeah, sorry, I've got all that. Once I've done all this, so on the bench, on the weights machine, I go back, I do more sets of bench press, do 3 more sets, and 3 more sets of barbell curls into bent over rows. And then I've also got a treadmill, which at the minute I don't run on. The treadmill is basically like a cool down thing at the end of my exercises. I just go for a steady walk. I started off hardly being able to do a minute or 2. Now I do 15 minutes in an incline at a very steady pace. I just walk. I've got a dodgy knee as well, so it's kind of difficult. Like, it's a bit strenuous on my knee, and with putting a lot of weight on, it's made my knee worse. But we're only getting better because obviously I'm losing weight, but it's still an issue. So, but yeah, no, I treat it as a cool down, a bit of cardio. Now I can do like 15 minutes. I could probably do more, but I'm just trying to steadily build it up. I don't want to do too much. So the problem is as well, is you see a lot of these reps here. So say, what have we got here? Seated chest press. Now, I say I do 12 reps 5 times at 44 kilograms, okay? Sometimes I do 15 reps. So I might do 3 sets of 12 and 2 sets of 15. But I'm still marking it down as 12. And the reason for that is, one, it will just get too complicated. Me saying, oh, I did 12 and then 3 times and I did 15 reps. Or I might have done 20 reps that one. It'll be too complicated and just make this look more of a mess than it even looks. But also, mentally, in the past, I've been guilty of, so say one time I do more reps of something. And the next day or the next time I do my weights, I can't do that. Well, or I can't do, so say I set myself, right, I'm going to do at least 12. And then one day I do 15 reps. Okay. And then the next day I go to my weights, but I can only do 12 again. I've been guilty in the past to go, oh, God, but I should be able to do 15. I did 15 the other day. So mentally, I'm like, no, just keep it written down as 12, knowing that I do more sometimes. It's just a mental thing for myself to help me cope with that. But yeah, it takes me, not including the treadmill. I say treadmill depends how I feel. Sometimes I jump on it for 5 minutes if I'm too knackered. Sometimes 15 minutes or even longer. So not doing the treadmill, this takes me maybe 45, 50 minutes all total. So you got the bench press, the curls, bent over rows, all this here, and then back on the bench press. Sometimes I say the bench press as well. Sometimes, as you can see right here, I did. So the reason why these are split up, by the way, is because this is before I go on to the weights machine, and this is afterwards. So you can't even see that. Let me rectify that. This is, by the way, this is not professional at all. But yeah, so the reason why these are split up is because this is before. So this is my first set of these here, and these are my first sets. Then I jump on my machine, do all these, then come back, and then this is my second set. Like I say, it's more something for me. I never thought I'd be sharing this stuff. This was just for me, like to keep an eye on. But yeah, as you can see here, I did 7 more sets, so I end up with 10. Depends how I feel, but it doesn't mean the next day, oh, I have to do another 7. No, because my workout thing is to do 3. If I want to do 5, I'll do 5, whatever. But my minimum is that. So yeah, I think I've covered it. Medication or supplements wise, I take I take omega-3s, the fish oil capsules. They're not that big, but they're rather big. I also take this, which is absolutely fantastic. It's called NMN. It's I shouldn't say I don't particularly know what it does. It's something to do with, it gives you energy. It's not a caffeine, but it's look up NMN and do some research on it. It's really, really good. I take one of these and it gives me more focus. It's not illegal, by the way. I got these from Amazon. It's like it's a big thing now in the fitness community. And some people are saying it should be banned just because how good it is. But I can't explain it. You're going to search what NMN is. It's something to do with you produced it, but it gives it a boost to it. Something like that. I can't remember exact terminology. I'm not a professional. And also, I will say as well, I should say to start, anything I've said here, this is my opinion. This is what I do. I'm not saying what I do would work for you. I'm sharing what I do. So if something doesn't work for you, then unfortunately you have to find something that'll work for you. For example, I really love doing tricep pushdowns, even though they're the hardest for me. I find them really difficult to do. I love doing them. Bench press, I love doing it, but you might not like doing that. So find yourself as well something that you like doing. Maybe it will be barbell curls. You prefer doing those. Do more of those. Choose something you enjoy doing. If you're going to do your weights and stuff like that, or whatever it may be, and you don't like it, you're going to fail. You need to find something that you like to do. So, yeah. Also, I will quickly say before I go, like I say, this is quite a long video, but yeah, I'll try and edit it as best I can. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff, and the only tools I have available to me are through YouTube itself. So it's a little bit finicky, and it can take a while. But the comment that I got the other day, they said that if you're watching this, hello, appreciate it once again. And if you're at this point, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. But you said you maybe want to start a channel yourself, and I know how daunting that may be. What I did, believe it or not, is I actually made videos to myself for weeks. Maybe one time I will be confident in showing some of those, because at this moment in time, I don't feel like showing them. It's nothing crazy. It's just basically me sitting here like I'm doing now, but it's for me to look back on later on down the line. And just to get used to talking to it. Now I stream over on Twitch, and I've actually got another YouTube channel which I've done a lot of gaming stuff on. So I've kind of got used to talking to a camera and just talking. But when it comes to something as personal as this, this was a big thing for me to do. It was actually watching somebody who, and unfortunately, who was failing at losing weight. They were documenting their weight loss. They were like, it was I can't remember the girl's name, but she was like 500 odd pounds or something like that. And she was doing it all wrong. She was binge eating, she was crash dieting, binge eating, and she was just putting weight on, and it was sad to see. But unfortunately, she wasn't getting any help. She wasn't listening to people's help, and that gave me motivation to actually just do a channel myself. I guess, yeah, like that's what gave me motivation. Like I just want to, share my experiences. And if anybody can see and go, oh, I want to start doing a channel, blah, blah, blah. So I would say, if you were interested in starting your own channel, just do it and just talk. What I do is just talk. And if you're not comfortable about it, do the video to yourself and look back at yourself and see what you like and all that kind of stuff. Just get used to talking, basically. But this is a very good, for me anyway, it's a very good thing to do because, especially with the weekly updates thing, it's the weekly weigh-ins on the Mondays. It's like another part of my journey. It's like I'm checking in kind of thing, and it's a good thing mentally for me. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to the video here. This has been a long one. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm going to upload this now and edit it. It's Wednesday at the minute. It's 7:45 in the morning. I've hardly had any sleep, if at all any. But yeah, I said I'd do this. I probably missed out a whole bunch of stuff. I tried to tell you as best as I can what I eat, and there's other stuff. I've got, I've beef jerky. There you go. I sometimes eat beef jerky. Look on Amazon, get yourself some nice beef jerky. If you, by the way, I'll also say, I'm not a vegan or anything like that. So I'm sorry if you're looking for vegan or vegetarian or all the other various diets. I can't give any, unfortunately, any advice on that. So I'm the wrong person for that. But I guess you're not coming to me for advice anyway. But yeah, I'm a good old fashioned omnivore. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling on because I'll be here for another 5 hours if that was the case. If I've missed anything, I apologize. I tried the best I could, but I was trying to think beforehand. I was like, right, let's talk about this, let's talk about that, and then when I start doing things, it's like blah, 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 blah. So this is probably going to come back as like a big mess, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for the weekly updates. We'll be back again on Monday, maybe the 1st of May on Monday, I believe. And hopefully we'll get that extra 2 pounds lost, which wink, wink, already weighed myself, and I may have already done that. So, but we'll see what happens by Monday, So look out for that. But if you want to keep an eye and keep a track on what we're doing here, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you want to follow. And yeah, as always, stay safe. If you got any questions, leave them to me. And maybe we can do some more videos, maybe some different videos, who knows. But we're still early on here, and yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching. And subscribe and click on one of the videos that are popping up around about now. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.